Hey, cutie pies, I'm Lanikia, and you are watching What Happened on the Soaps. This is the Days of Our Lives. A scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give it about an 8. It was good, it was solid. Okay, so we see Susan up in her. Yeah, it's all pretty much connected. Oh, no, let me get Trip out of the way. So Trip and Chanel are out to lunch, dinner, and they're eating up their food and everything, and they're it's the same conversation they've been having. You're cool. You're cool too. I'm sorry. I'm sorry about what I did to you. It's basic stuff. And then they find out. Rafe calls and he says, "Can you come watch Henry because um, Nicole." Uh, Allie said she's too busy and she had something to do, and Rafe had to get to work, and Nicole was still at dance recital with. So they were like, okay, and they were like, Allie's just been acting so weird. It's so unlike her to leave her baby. Like, she would never do that. And they were like, yeah, she just sent these weird texts when she broke up with me and everything. But they're not connecting that it's the demon or the devil that has possessed Allie. So then we see that they end up going to the hospital and they end up going to babysit. And then Nicole says, I'm on my way. So when she says that, they're like, okay, I'm going to go to the hospital. And Chanel was like, well, I'm going to go see my sister. Do you mind if I ride with you? And Trip was like, yeah, come on, ride with me. So pause on them. They make it to the hospital and they will pause on them. So then from there, we see that Susan is up in her room on top. Cha-choo! Susan is up in her room and she's like, she prays and she says, God, please tell me, show me what I'm seeing, because she said, I know something's up with Johnny. And she remembers that Johnny was possessed, but he touched her forehead and he blocked out her memory. So she runs down to EJ and Belle, who are downstairs talking about, EJ's like, I don't know, Susan's acting weird. But Belle is actually like, well, are you sure? Because, I mean, some of her stuff, her stuff be coming true or whatever. And so she goes down and she starts telling them about Johnny, and he was the devil and everything. And she said, listen, look at that letter. Like, who talks like that? That's Andre speaking. And Belle said, that is right. EJ doesn't want to believe it, but Susan said, I know where they are. They're in the crypt because that's his playground. So Belle says, why don't y'all go, and I'm going to call Eric and I'm going to stay here while he comes, because if Johnny is possessed, he's going to need to perform an exorcism. Sorry, guys. I don't know why I've been doing this all day. And so they go to the crypt, Susan and EJ. And already there, of course, is Ben and Johnny with Andre. And Ben is really trying to talk and spin his way out of Andre killing. Excuse me, not Ben. Johnny is trying to talk and spin his way out of Andre killing Ben. He's trying to think of everything to stop him. And he's like the tie killer, the silk tie killer, something he said he called Ben, and he said, and then with you, y'all both team up, you can wreak havoc. And he was like, you're Andre, you took all those commands from Stefano and now from Tony, and now you're doing the same thing from the devil or whatever. You're just a lap, just I'm paraphrasing, but you're just pretty much a lap dog. You just take commands and everything. But so he does stop him from killing Ben, because he's like, you know what, I could go on a serial killing spree with Ben, but you all need you or whatever. So he's choking out Johnny when EJ and Susan come in, and he was like, oh. And then Tony is like, I mean, Andre is like, I'm Tony. The devil possessed me. And Susan comes up behind him with I guess, a poker. And he turns into ash. And they were like, what did you do? Well, EJ is like, what did you do? She said, killed Andre, because she said if that was Tony, he would have been bleeding out on the floor. But Andre turned into ashes because he was never alive. He wasn't nothing but a zombie anyways. No, he wasn't alive anyways. And so they tell Johnny, how long have you been down here? And he said, for, a long time, I guess for weeks or whatever. And he was like, so EJ unshackles him, and then they talk to Ben, and Ben is like, I got to get to Sierra. And so they tell, Susan tells Johnny and EJ, well, how do we know Johnny isn't still possessed? And Johnny's like, I I'm too weak. If I was weak, do you think I would be down here for weeks? She said, that's something the devil would say. And they're like, no, he's not. And Ben says, no, it's Allie who's possessed now, not Johnny. And she's after our baby. So finally, Ben gets unshackled and he runs out because he has to go to Sierra. And Johnny is just like, I got to go see Chanel. I got to go see Chanel on top. I got to go see Chanel to make sure that she, because he thinks she slept with Trip. And so he's like, you can't go find Chanel. EJ is telling him, you can't go find Chanel because you can't even walk. He was like, I'm fine. And he was like, walk. And he was, stumbling because he hasn't had anything to eat or drink or anything. And so he's like, I'm taking you to the hospital. So when he takes Johnny to the hospital, that's when he sees Trip and Chanel there and they're hugging or whatever because they're glad that they didn't sleep with each other and they're just friends. And Johnny sees them, but they don't see him yet. And that's all with those four. So then Susan goes back to the house with Belle and she tells Belle that it's Allie that's the one that's possessed and they need to find Allie. Now, Rafe has went over to Sierra's house. I don't know why Rafe went over there. I might have missed it. Y'all can tell me in the comments. But Rafe has went over to Sierra's house, and he burst in and he sees Jake on the floor. Now, Sierra had come into the house, and she saw Evan, and Evan told her that he had killed Ben because Allie has been disguised as Allie the devil has been disguised as Jake disguised as Ben. So she's like, no, 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 and so he's like, and now everyone's gonna kill her too. And so before he could do that, Allie came in and she knocked him out. And then she says, Sierra's like, he's so cold or whatever. And so of course this makes Sierra think that Ben is dead. And Sierra, Evan started to wake up and Allie was like, Sierra, we have to go. And she said, no, I can't leave Ben. We have to call the police or whatever. She said, we will, but we have to get out of here before this guy wakes up. So they leave Ben, who they think is Ben, but it's actually Jake on the floor. Now, Rafe has burst into the apartment and Jake is coming too. And he's like, Jake, what happened to you? And he said, I answered the door and that guy, Evan, was there. And he said, he's escaped. And he said, yeah. And he was like, he knocked you out. He said, no, he had a partner, but I don't know who the partner was. And so they're talking or whatever about Ben and Sierra, and they say, well, maybe Ben and Sierra found each other. Well, now at this point, Ben runs in and he says, where's Sierra? And they say, we thought she was with you. And he was like, no. He was like, you're the devil still we thought the devil was gone, but the devil's still here. And he still wants our baby. So then we see, man, I am going through this so pretty darn fast. So then we see, excuse me. So then we see Sierra. Now Sierra is in the phone call with Sierra's in the car with Allie and she's like, where are we going? We need to go help Ben. And she said, we gotta go get you help we have to go and get you some help with get you safe. I'm sorry, get you safe away from Ben's Evan. And she says, no, I have to talk to Rafe, about Ben. And she just wants to know that Ben is still alive. So Allie said, I'll call Rafe. So she tricks the phone because she's the devil. And so she tricks this phone to make it seem like she's called Rafe. And so when she does that, she gets Rafe on the line and everything, right? But it's Allie actually. And so when she gets him on the line and everything, she's like, Rafe says, I'm already there. He tells her that Ben didn't make it. And he tells her that, he's sorry and all this information and stuff. And she's like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do now or whatever? And so then, Rafe is on the phone and he tells them, go to Horton Cabin. I'm going to send somebody out. But Allie is just like, okay, I'm gonna take her, I'm gonna protect her, and Sierra's just like, no, I don't know. Ben and I are so connected. I would feel if he was gone, and I don't feel it. And Sierra said, maybe because you're just in shock. Excuse me. Allie says, maybe Sierra, maybe you're just in shock or whatever. And she's like, no, I would feel it if he was gone. So she was like, turn the car around. And Sierra is just like, turn the car around now, Allie. And Ellie's like, what? What are you talking about? She was like, turn the car around. I have to go check on Ben. I have to be there with Ben and everything. And so that's pretty much how it ends, where she makes Allie turn the car around. And we don't know what Allie is going to do to her, because all she can think about is she wants the baby. And I feel like this story is coming to an end, like the whole devil thing. And I hope it does, because I just hope this is I just hope this is the end. I can't do this anymore. Like, wrap this up. But that was Days of Our Lives today, guys. Sorry if it went pretty fast. I mean, it was good, but it wasn't really much to it. um I could go into like details about every little thing they said, but you get the gist of it. Or at least I hope. If you want more details, then just put that in the comments. But don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And you guys have a wonderful, amazing weekend. Stay safe, stay blessed, and I will see you Monday with a new episode of What Happened on the Soaps, Days of Our Lives. Bye.